Vanessa, let's come on to you. Welcome to the program. Give us an update on Palestine.
Yeah, there's so much going on in the region at the moment, so I'm just trying to zone in on a few very significant happenings. First of all, inside Gaza itself, so I've pulled up the map showing in the south, which is supposed to be the safe area that people have been evacuated to from the north, highlighting Khan Younis in kind of the almost the central Gaza, and then Al-Mawazi in the very south on the coast. So even The Guardian 3 days ago was reporting that fears for the largest remaining hospital in Gaza as Israeli forces bombard Khan Younis. And in fact, today reports are coming in of mass evacuations from Khan Younis to Rafah, to the most southerly point in Gaza, and the besieging really on multiple points of the entire city and of one of the last remaining operating hospitals in the Gaza Strip itself. 35 originally, now only around 5 are still operational. And as the Israeli army moves to the south, it appears to be taking out basically all the hospitals as it goes. The next video is just a little report that came through yesterday from an actual medic in the Nasser hospital. You do have to listen quite carefully because the sounds of the various hospital machines are going on in the background, but it's quite a chilling report. Please roll the video.
I am Dr. Muhammad Harara, one of the doctors who served at Shifa Hospital before being evacuated to the south, and now working at Al Nasser Hospital. Israel tanks are everywhere, and we are completely surrounded. The situation here are more than terrible. We have received 128 injuries and 56 martyrs. Since this morning, 19% of the doctors left the hospital fearing for their lives. And therefore the remaining of the doctor have to deal with more than 10 cases at a time. Most of the cases are amputation. The situation here are miserable, and the smell of this everywhere. I feel like a Shifa hospital scenario are repeating itself. We are on another level of danger.
Just horrifying, because we know in Shifa Hospital, of course, they ended up executing or sniping doctors and nurses and kidnapping even patients from the hospital itself. This is from UNOCHA yesterday, a grim update on Khan Younis. A warehouse was hit, killing 2 people and cutting off access to humanitarian supplies and to critical water and sanitation equipment. 6 people were killed in Khan Younis training center. Another 14 were reportedly killed in the Al-Mawazi site. Heavy bombardment near a distribution center. This is where families go to receive aid. We reported on this last week also. No access to the Al Nasser hospital, where emergency medical teams are working while debris is literally falling on their heads. More evacuation orders have been issued, including to areas where Al Amal and Al Nasser hospitals are located. All this today, and the day is not over yet. Now, the following is a report that was released by ITV yesterday, filmed by a Gaza-based cameraman for ITV. ITV have actually presented it as a war crime to the Israeli government that has not responded. And this is in the area of Al-Mawazi that I showed on the map, if we can just roll this.
Called Al-Mawazi, that the Israelis have been encouraging Gazan civilians to flee to. These makeshift homes have been vacated because the war is getting closer. The billowing smoke was evidence of the new Israeli offensive in Khan Younis that has been forcing more families to evacuate and seek safety elsewhere.
No place safety in Gaza. Everywhere you are going, you will find the Israeli army. They are shoot us at home, any building, in the street, everywhere you are, they will give you a chance sometimes, just for 5 minutes, sometimes do not give you any chance to take your clothes, to take your children, to take your family, and to get out of the building. This is our life in Gaza. It's very difficult.
These pictures were filmed by a cameraman working for ITV News in Gaza. As he moved forwards towards the combat zone, he noticed this group of men doing their utmost to appear non-threatening, trying to proceed with care. They wanted to reach 2 other family members and get them out of harm's way.
عند الحجة وأخويا وعنده حوالي 50 نازح أو 70 نازح موجودين في البيت الثاني اللي يخش علينا اليهود طلعونا وأخويا ما طلعوش بدنا نروح يعني نطلع إن شاء الله.
The interview complete, our cameraman walked away. And then this happened. The interviewee had been shot and fatally wounded. You can see them place their flag on his chest. As he was carried away, the white flag was turning red.
As you asked me last week, Mike, whether this was an isolated case of the previous sniping that we showed, clearly not. There is a Rabbi Avraham Zerbiv in Khan Younis who was filmed saying that there will be 10 plagues in this war as there were 10 plagues in Egypt before, and of course all of those plagues will befall the Palestinians, so we can just show a few seconds of his speech while he's standing in front of Khan Younis.
מכה, ועוד מכה, ועוד מכה, ועוד מכה, ועם ישראל רואה כמה הקדוש ברוך הוא אוהב אותנו, ואז הם יוצאים, עם ישראל יוצא ביחד כעם שדבק בקדוש ברוך הוא. אז אנחנו פה מלב ח'אן יונס מחכים למכות ולאותות שהקדוש ברוך הוא נותן, כי התהליך הזה חייב לקרות, תהליך של חידוש קשר בין עם ישראל לקדוש ברוך הוא, והוא יקרה.
I mean, just extraordinary claims that all of this genocidal intent is a bond between them and their gods, because it certainly isn't any god that I've read about in my life. The UN Secretary General, more than 500,000 people inside the Gaza Strip are struggling with catastrophic levels of food insecurity. And of course, for sure, this is going to bring about disease and death. A baby last night died purely from cold, because there's very little shelter now in the Gaza Strip itself. There are calls for humanitarian airdrops, appeals to Jordan, Egypt, and Turkey, urging the airdrop of aid in response to Israel's policy of starvation in northern Gaza, which is now fully under siege, and even aid trucks that are getting in. When people go to try to recover some kind of food, they're being sniped at again. And of course, what does the US do? The US starts dictating who shall govern Gaza, as per usual, while of course always claiming that they don't interfere in the governance of other countries. So here is US State Department spokesperson John Kirby.
We don't want to see Hamas in charge of Gaza anymore. They chose to violate the ceasefire that was in place, and we certainly agree with our Israeli counterparts that whatever the future of post-conflict Gaza looks like, it can't include Hamas leaders.
So what can I say, really? The situation in Palestine continues to deepen and worsen.
Okay, thank you, Vanessa. Okay, if you like what the UK column does, you would like to support us, please do so at community.ukcolumn.org. Your membership very much needed and appreciated. You could pick something up at the UK Column shop, but please do share anything you find on the various platforms, especially ukcolumn.org and ukcolumnextracts.co.uk. Tomorrow at 1 p.m, we mentioned that we were recording the first of a new series of The Health Revolution with Clive DeCarl. We did that last week, and that will go out tomorrow. We've done our best to answer as many questions as possible, but frankly, the response was huge, and so we've probably not answered everybody's, but we did what we could. Just a final point here then. We received this via Facebook, and somebody complaining that some UK column supporters have been writing ukcolumn.org on various what are described as large pebbles on the beach. This is disgraceful. So it must stop immediately, and we would encourage everybody to stop doing that straight away.